task at hand. Screamed impossible to the silent stars, but I traveled far and wide across our sacred land, sharing the wine in the churches and bars. And I'd say, wipe the tears you shed from fear they've won. I've come to tell you the revolution marches on. Go ahead, give your heart back to the rising sun. What's right is right, it's never wrong. As long as there's one of us standing, 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 we may always be needed more than ever. For those who seek to punish all they fear, may always be growing in number in a world that gets more frightening every year. But we fight for that day, not because it comes, but because it is upon us as we speak. And I swear, white doves fly from off your tongue when you lift your voice for the weak. And as long as there's one of us standing, as long as there's one of us standing, as long as there's one of us standing, as long as there's one of us standing.
Welcome. I don't know how long I'll last tonight, but we'll see. Percy just popped up on the screen. Hey, boy. Lullaby time. The city's swept under a carpet of lights. The boys in the band are drained into sight. There's a sigh in the sidewalk as the opens close. One man's garbage is a couple of warm rolls. I feel like a spring flower surprised by the cold. Come on too strong, come on too bold. I chase my own, now the tale is told, but don't roll the sad ending, there's so much to go. In the storefront windows, I walk by myself. I could flow down the gutter to the ne'er-do-well. I could go down to the playhouse where the lovers meet and see who sits alone and take a seat. Well, I tell myself I'll flip a coin to choose. Heads you win, tails I lose. The tails I hop the gutter, 'cause the baby I need, she's down in the well, ne'er to be. I'll be a good time gambler, guitar picker, perfect stranger, a lonely trickster. Who's not in love with the butcher girl? How many men leave their mark on the world? And out of them that do, how many deserve to be whining and dining and holding her? Let my love fall flat and seem dumb. I need a reason to go, I need a reason to run, I need a song to sing, I need a tune to strum. I face my home in the east as I hold out my thumb. I'll be a good time gambler, a guitar picker, perfect stranger, a lonely trickster. Been a little while for that one. All right, so check this out. I've had this for a while. I got it. Our dear neighbor Edwin, when he passed away, I picked this up at the estate sale, and I didn't even know if it worked. I just thought it was awesome, but I think I might get addicted to this thing. Okay. So hard to stay on it. So hard. God, you guys are gonna hate haunting. All right, enough. Just for practice, you have to do it on the show. Are you saying the show is not practice? Oh no! I gotta make some calls. I just heard Pip. No, that was the. That was the pedals of the piano. I thought it was Pip. All right. Confiding in strangers, torn at the stem. There's a Mardi Gras in my head. I wish I wasn't born again. If wishes were horses, there'd be some in my soup. Time until Tuesday, dames on the stoop. But wishes on horses, tie cans to the carriage. So those beads at my feet, this is the marriage of heaven and hell. Listen as the clock ticks down. Time is the stranger, eyes the voyeur. Here go the ramblers, there go the dice. And we all start fasting at midnight tonight. And this time through I'm gonna get things right. And down wishes on horses, tie cans to the carriage. Throw those beads at my feet. This is the marriage of heaven and hell. Listen as the clock ticks down. Drunk with the Zulu and show me your tits. But I'm already the morning after, smiling and weeping, sweeping up all this shit. Wishes on horses, tie against the carriage. Throw those beads at my feet. This is the marriage of heaven and hell. Listen as the clock ticks. Listen as the clock ticks. Listen as the clock ticks 12. Oh goodness. this. Are we? We're not live, are we? Tell me we're not live. Tell me it crashed. Fun though. That thing is cool. That's exactly what I should be doing with my time. Bum. Knock knock. Percy told me this one earlier. Knock knock. Cabbage. Why do you think Cabbage has a last name? It's a pretty good one. Brian Scott Peterson. Good to see you. Oh man, I've never played with that metronome. I didn't even know that metronome worked. I couldn't figure out how to change the tempo for the longest time. I almost took a picture and sent it to Brad to ask, what am I missing? And I swear, I was like, oh, I guess a piece is missing. And I was trying to move things that wouldn't move. And then, here, I'll show it to you. Most of y'all probably already know. Here, I can actually even switch to this cam. But, yeah, you wind it up. You wind it here. God, it looks so obvious now. But it was in the dark. But then you pull that out, pull it free. Now, do y'all know how to change the tempo? I didn't. I was like trying to figure out how to move something back here. I was looking at the bottom of it, looking on all the sides. It's like, what? It's got to be able to change the tempo. There's a weight right here, a weight. And you move it up and down. So the closer it gets to the bottom, the faster it's going to go. I shouldn't have given it so hard a thwack. God, the mic looks like it's freaking out, is it? God, the mic thinks that's really loud. It's probably off rhythm because I'm moving it. You see, wherever I set this little meter, it magically creates new music. If I had put it somewhere else, that music never would have happened. That song never would have became. If I had put it right there, I would have played some. This thing, it's like a magic music maker. So that's different. There you go. There's another piece of music I can listen back to after the show and make up some words for it. This little thing just gave birth to 2 new songs. This is like from Harry Potter or something. This is ridiculous. I'll just go back, rewind. add some words. I think it's magic. Glad I cleared off the spot. All right, good morning. So inspired by that new music that was coming out, I can't even think of any songs. So, someday maybe I'll be brave enough to just try to write. I don't know. It has worked before. It's pretty wild writing with anybody in the room, within earshot, with anybody within the earshot, unless you're writing to their ears specifically. To go to my songbook for this one, just in case. Hey, Beans. Doing some work on the set. Each town is two towns, one full of love, one full of hate. I know which one is up to me as I enter through the gate. I know that I am lonely, I know I couldn't be true. I know that there are madmen, I know I could be one too. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know the river's poisoned, I know the child is innocent. I know that there were gypsies here, I know where they went. I know life is in the balance, and you can't cut the good and bad in half. And I know you just plain don't desire what you have. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know that one sweet honey, I'll be rolling in the morning glee. Be rolling in the wee hours, just her and me. I know power is a great inspiration, and just how small a man can be. I know the truth is whatever sets you free. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know math is a light shining on all the musics of thought. I know this debt ain't right. I know my education's bought. I know deep down people are scared and happy people are high. I know a sinner's close to God, saints usually lie. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know grace is always there. It's me. I come and go. From the Buddha to the ball game, I know what everyone knows. I know the good songs come when the mind is gone. I know the ice is melting. I know nothing's wrong. I want to do it again. One more time. Just want to do it one more time. What button did I just push? That was fun. It's been a long time since I've done that one. Oh, that's right. I got a little cheat sheet master list here I can peek at. Aha, finally. Finally. I look for my kazoo and it's where it's supposed to be. I always forget to take it off, and I go upstairs and I'm sitting watching TV or something. I take it off and put it on the nightstand, and then I go live the next night and I'm like, oh no, not again. Welcome, Elizabeth, good to see you. Old man cross-legged on the tip of the mountain peak. I said I've walked 1,000 miles. He said you are what you seek. So I uncrossed my legs, rose from the peak, tossed my eyes to the valley. They rolled through town, found me deep, asleep down a dark alley. By the light of a shining star, by the dark of a dim-lit bar. I'm an exploding pen. I might not make it this way again. Sun and moon, day and night, heaven and hell, wrong and right. For all I know, from all I've seen, there must be two of me. one to rise and one to be ashes, one to fall and one to fly. One night the crumbling sky catches, and one to be free by and by. The light of a shining star, by the dark of a dim-lit bar. I'm an exploding pen. I might not make it this way again. Make what you've already made. I say when they say I might make it. I steal poems, I borrow shade. If a chance floats by, I take it. Fellow inmates of this round world, these bodies, these thoughts in my head. Save all the reasons you'll pray nevermore. Tell me all about it when I'm dead. By the light of a shining star, by the dark of a dim-lit bar. I'm an exploding pen. I might not make it this way again. Beans, I just saw Bean said you should put some of these in all access. Definitely intend to do that. What I really want to do is, it would be so easy to record this stuff into Logic as I did it, but I just know that'll be too much to think about, too much work. But it would be so easy just to have the 3 mics I have set up around the room all going to Logic. I should just be doing it and not worrying about it, just recording all of it. And then it could be edited a little bit. It could be, it wouldn't have this reverb on it that comes from OBS. It would be a cleaner signal. And then that could be the special Nathan's Land track. That's my plan. While I'm setting it up now, it's a little too much to think about getting the buttons all set up right and the cameras in the right places and stuff. But I do plan on having just Logic going, picking some highlights, maybe letting you guys decide, vote on the set list. Whichever one gets the most votes will go into Nathan's, I don't know. Just thinking out loud. If they'd only crown the king of failure, give a prize for heartache at the fair. Oh, shoot, what is it? If I only had a dime. only crown the king of failure. Give a prize for heartache at the fair. Give a dime for every time I feared the jailer. If juggling just meant throwing things in the air. Not getting younger, never found that fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I stopped looking for that big rock candy mountain. You can't count on, can't walk, never, never land. Can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. Parades for self-destruction, sang praise for singing attitude. If I only got paid for doing nothing, if it all didn't happen so soon, so soon. Not getting younger, never found that fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I've stopped looking for that big rock candy mountain. You can't count on, can't walk to never, never land. Can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. Hey, wait, what if it wasn't either or, but love was fear? Found you when you try to disappear. Scares you into the light so near, just to hold you in its arms forever, dear. Not getting younger, never found that fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I've stopped looking for that big rock candy mountain. You can't count on, can't walk to never, never land. Can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven.
I couldn't remember what I used to do on harmonica. It made me doubt if this is the right harmonica.
I'm like a cartoon, I'm drawn to where I go. These clouds I'm below look like a painting. Sometimes I wonder in slow-mo, like a child being flattened by a fat man fainting. May sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. Now here I am. I'm like a cartoon, for better or worse, for butter and bread. I'm asking, is written in the bubble floating above my head. Sometimes it's only ampersands and exclamations. May sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. And now here I am. Like a cartoon, cartoon, dodging falling safes. I heal right away, that's why they thank me. It's all just howling at the moon at the end of the day, surrounded by things that say Acme. It's all may sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. Now here I am, like a cartoon.
I can't get as high as I used to. So, my laugh might have killed your sound. Just cut it right after that. Use that sample anywhere you want. I can't get as high as I used to. Oh, is that a request? I'll do that. Is that actually a request? Let's see.
There's a guy called Ted who lives inside my head, and if you ever met him, then you may be dead. I don't much like him, but once he saved my life, and now he says home, so I'm drinking tonight. I'm drinking tonight. Wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. Well, Ted buys the room around, I don't know where he gets the dough, but after each and every pint he yells just one more. I say, hey, where are we going? How we gonna get home? He runs and leaps like a madman, screaming, leave me alone, just leave me alone. Wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. I can go for days, for weeks, sometimes even months without seeing, hiding, or hair of Ted, not even once. When I find my feet and breathe a relief sigh, Ted from out of the blue comes crashing like the sky, comes crashing like the sky. Wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. Wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. I had a flash of inspiration at the end of that. I want to hear Nico's version. I can't sing like her. I can't do that impression. What would that even be? There's a guy inside my head. There's a guy, I call him Ted, who lives inside my head. There's a guy, I call him Ted, who lives inside my head. And if you ever met him, then you might be dead. I don't much like him, but once he saved my life, and now he says I owe him, so I'm drinking tonight. I'm drinking tonight. Wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I.
Might be something there. There might be something to that. On piano with a metronome. During Like a Cartoon, I was really wishing the metronome, we were using the metronome. But I could play that better with the metronome. Keeping me honest. It's like honest. It is. All right, looks like we're coming up on the hour. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being out there. Play a couple more here. Definitely encourage everybody out there to check out our Discord server. There's a link in the description, and it's a really fun way to interact with the show and to hang out even off air, play games, and share funny GIFs and stuff like that. There's all kinds of stuff to do in here. It's a fun way to interact with the show. We got a specially designed Percy bot that will field requests and do all kinds of stuff. Liz, the newest song I got that I'm doing. I don't know if this is the newest one I got. Good to see you. There's one I've been doing. I don't wonder if I should try the metronome with it. I guess no. That's for practice. It was perfect with Mardi Gras though, with the clock. Listen as the clock ticks. All right.
Don't want a revolution, not anymore. The change I'm seeking nowadays is bound to happen slow. I might be getting wiser, might just be getting old. It's out of my control. Sitting in my body, looking at the ducks. There might be something going on. I might be out of luck. The sun is shining bright. I'm sitting in the cold. It's out of my control. Let's put a record on and sip some wine beneath the moon and dance around the living room. Kissing through the door screen, tightening our belts, off to get some ice cream, gotta eat it before it melts, bound to be surprised by something down the road. It's out of my control. It's out of my control. It's out of my control. around the living room.
Something like that. Oh my goodness. I'm just seeing this on the Discord. This will be sent out on Thursday. How exciting. Hope it fits on the /works on the Jabberjohn set. I'd love to see it there, but somewhere. It could be right there. Did y'all notice the little light I put on Willie's portrait over here on the left? There's a cool light that I have. Oh, this is so great. Wish we had Swaby's picture back to back. No. I love it. I'm excited. Right on time. Everything's right on schedule. All right, some new blood in the Discord. Good to see you. Zebrio. Welcome. Bienvenue. Welcome. Un cabaret. Un cabaret. Oh, Elizabeth says, I tried to make a frame. It is not my specialty. We'll have to leave that part. No, no problem. I'll make a frame. Catherine and I took a piece of wood and sanded it down. I was gifted this piece of wood for doing this Christmas benefit years ago. It was probably like 8 years ago now or something. And it was, it was a little bit peculiar to me just because it never happened to me before. Someone was just like, I want you to have this. And it was just a piece of raw wood from a tree they had cut down, but it was a beautiful tree. Like, I didn't know a lot about it. I assumed. I knew enough to assume that this was going to be an awesome piece of wood, but it was just like, 7 feet long, few inches thick, hunk of raw wood. All, rough and raw. I was like, all right, cool. I'll do something with this someday. And so it just sat over there in the basement for years and years and years. And then we found this bench that would be perfect for our dining room table. And we looked at it, and it was like a super expensive bench. It was a very expensive bench, and we looked at it and we were like, we what that looks like? That looks like that piece of wood we have with some legs on it. So we got all inspired. Got some sanding paper and some I don't know what you call it, the oil that you put not stain, just filling the pores with oil. And sanding certain grit, and then down to another grit, and you're getting like finer and finer. I think, finer and finer. Start with a coarse grain sandpaper, and then you keep getting finer, and until it's just like, it just transforms under your hands. And then it's already magic. You're like, holy moly, look at that. And then you start putting the oil on it, and it starts soaking up the oil, and then it's going to become like watertight. It won't let water in. It's going to become this whole thing. And it's slowly but surely, sure enough, not even that slow really, it just became this gorgeous piece of wood. And now it's the bench on our dining room table. If I was really ambitious, I got a picture of it on my phone. I could really show it to you. I'll throw it up in the Discord after the show's over. But yeah, I even wrote a song that night about, have you ever worked with wood, or do you work with wood? Have you worked with wood? Well, you should. Have you worked with something like that? There's a whole have you worked with wood? Well, you should. Play on words for about an hour. Very much fun. Play what? The bench? Well, it's about time for a leaving song. Look at us. Right, of course. The reason I didn't know what you're talking about is because I never even considered it for a second. I bet I recorded it on my phone, but it didn't. It couldn't stand the test of more than one verse. I think that's what happened. I wrote one verse and then I couldn't write the second, and then I was like, well, maybe the first verse will be about wood and the next verse will be about something else. So then I tried to make it about something else, and it just fell apart, died on the operating table. Poor little thing. Poor little guy. I feel like I should dump out some of my drink. Throw some salt over my shoulder. When do you throw salt over your shoulder? What's that one? What's that all about? Let's ask ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, why do people throw salt over their shoulder? It's popular superstition. Oh, here are a few reasons why they did it. Protection against evil. In some cultures, it is believed that spilling salt is unlucky because salt was historically precious. Throwing salt over the left shoulder, folks, is supposed to ward off bad luck or evil, which is traditionally... Don't throw it over your right shoulder. Whatever you do, don't do this in the mirror, okay? Do not try this in the mirror. Very dangerous. And don't say, I don't know, somebody's name 3 times. Okay. Historical and religious significance. Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, some interpretations of this painting suggest that Judas had knocked over a salt cellar. Salt cellar. Oh, we're talking about the Bible now. We can't say shaker. It's a salt cellar, which then became associated with betrayal and bad luck. Thus, throwing salt over the shoulder is a countermeasure to prevent or reverse the bad luck. Gosh, who came up with that? Jesus? And then Jesus said, and thou shalt throw salt over thy left shoulder, but never your right. God forbid you throw it over the right. It's not okay. Witches throw salt around like confetti. All right, leaving song. What do we got? Are there any requests that I missed? That's a question. Let's see here. Oh, it is sort of Tuesday, huh? All right, I see 2 there I want to do. Why would you keep looking once you found it? I tried that once in my whole life it took. Like a flash of light by love's first sight, I was blinded. That could have been the last place that I looked. With a whip of youth and myth that said get cracking. There were no hobos, so I had to hop a trade. Had to take a cup of water to the desert. These are the 2 hands from which that cup was made. I sure do love to don my tail in glory's ribbons
and I would if I could only pick and choose. Then I'd gladly trade all my greatest sad ones for just one chance back at the love I chose to lose. I was wrong about the blues. It's as close as I've gone to grace. Seems you can't paint the perfect line, but you can leave an almost perfect trace. Springing like all the foolish flowers, the ones February loves to freeze. And I'm swinging away, got to get ahead for hours. Any minute now I'll be dropping to my knees, 'cause I got to the top of the mountain, and all I found was the way back down. And ever since then I've just been walking in my mind around. I was wrong about the blues. Still it's as close as I've gone to grace. Seems you can't paint the perfect line, but you can leave an almost perfect trace.
Good calls, everyone. All right. Well, we'll see you very soon. Y'all keep up the good work. Oh, no. All these picks and not the one I want. I've discovered all kinds of crazy picks lately, like thick ones, super thick, for like if you're at a pick or if you're playing different styles of music. Gypsy jazz I'm gonna have to do a gypsy jazz night here soon, but I need to I've forgotten everything I learned, but all kinds of crazy picks. Then you got these little speedy guys for fast jazz. It's just what you play suddenly when you play with this pick, just fast jazz. It's crazy. This right here, Americana. You just immediately start playing Americana. It's just, it's crazy. None of these is the one I want. We'll just have to make do.
Girl, she was pretty as gas. She turned me on and turned me loose. Now she won't even be my pal. Silly like a goose. Silly like a goose, y'all. Silly was, silly you'll always be. Oh, the cure of life will kick you, boys. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. Town and I walk around in the middle of town. There hangs the noose. The hangman wears a black evening gown. Silly like a goose. Silly like a goose, y'all. Silly was, silly you'll always be. 'Cause the care of life will kill you, boys. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this which train? It was a westward train. Almost caught that thing by the caboose. Now I'm sleeping out in the rain, silly like a goose. Silly like a goose, y'all. Silly was, silly will always be. 'Cause the cure for life will kill you, boy. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. Yeah, the care for life will kill you, boys. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. Oh, there was no reverb on any of that. Oh, well, see what that's like. Maybe it's better. Thank you all so much. See you very soon, probably tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. I want to try to go a little bit earlier tomorrow night for just to give the East Coast night owls a chance. I still think it's cruel math that if I go live at 10 p.m. out here, it's 7 o'clock on the West Coast. I think that's just, we got to get it together. It's not okay. It's not okay. I could wait till midnight here, which is really late. Everybody's asleep around here at midnight, except for me. I could wait. I mean, tonight I went out live at 2 or whatever. But even at midnight, middle of the night, that's short for middle of the night. You West Coasters, what is it, 12, 11, 10, 9, it's 8 o'clock. It's just after dinner. You just wrapped up Wheel of Fortune. Trying to decide whether or not to do the crime show or not. Not ready for this. Well, it's always morning in New Orleans somewhere.